Hello everyone. Thought I would continue along the line of doing the portraits that I started last week, and I'm just going to begin and as I go along. So for anyone who is not sure about doing portraits, I'm just going to start off with the basics on how to do it. Starting with on the side rather than using the pencil straight on the point, just to give it a softer look. So I'm just going to start, and generally you start with a little bit more of a kind of egghead. Not really the nicest expression, but so that you end up with like an egg looking idea. And the whole idea of you can begin to take it in, and I've not done it so that it's straight, I've done it slightly off. So generally you take from the chin to the middle of your head where your hair is, and then from there you have your eyes, which are coming halfway. So you kind of work it on an eye. You're using your eye as the measurement all the way through your face. So I'm going to put in center line, just like so. I'm not worried too much about lines because by the time I put all the different medium on, it will have covered it. To work out what your distance is, I just start drawing, and I'm doing this certainly by making sure that I have actually sort of just putting the proportions into a certain scale, but I'm not getting too serious about how to draw them specifically. That's for a different, more fine art video. So when we look at the eye is used as the proportions. So I've got in the middle here, I've also got, I'm taking the eye as a proportion there, and it should go 5 times into the face. I've probably given that a little bit now. So we've got an eye there, an eye there, an eye there, and then we have probably come over a little bit too much that way, an eye there, and then an eye there. So work out 5 times. 5 times your eye goes across your face. I'm doing this roughly, I'm not doing this in detail. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the bridge of your nose. You're taking it slightly halfway. You can go halfway to give you where you're doing the eye. You've got the side of the face, and I'm going to start to draw the eye in here, and I'm not worrying too much. So I'm just literally, it's almost like a leaf shape. Not worrying about doing it's really too specifically, right? But for all those people who want to draw portraits, portraits I would say are not really my thing, but I've kind of got into them, and I suddenly thought I'll just do a couple of videos, a few videos on them. And then you have the kind of pupil in there, not worrying too much. And again, so then now from your tear duct is roughly where your nose is going to come. And then again, from the middle of the eye, and I'm just drawing these lines in, is where your mouth is going to come. You know your chin is down here. You can then, bring in, you can start to structure more the actual face. I'm not doing it specifically, but I'm just bringing it in. So from there, your eyebrows are coming up, and again, they're just slightly over the midline, top line, okay? And then obviously that one. So I tend to go to the right because I'm right-handed, but some people who are left may go to left hand. So one area is going to be slightly darker than the other. And again, bringing the eyebrows, you can whatever, have them like so. So I'm not getting into too much specifics. So now the eye is literally, depending on what size your nose is, you're going from the bridge of your nose making the eye. So if I take that as my eye, so I'm going from there, which brings me down one and to another one, which brings me around about there, but I'm going to slightly lower it because I don't want the nose being too far up, so I'm looking for a more elongated nose. So then you have your nose, which is coming, and it's almost like a U shape with a C going there and a C going back, almost like brackets of, you know, putting words into brackets. And you've got a nose there. Now there's so many different types of noses, but I'm not going to get into that. So I'm literally just drawing that for the moment because I'm going to come back in with colour. And also don't draw in the bridge of the nose because that's all going to be done in shading. And in fact, I almost feel like I should have my nose further down. So I am going to slightly, I'm not worried at the moment, I'm just going to slightly elongate my nose for this image I'm doing. Didn't bring a rubber with, never mind. Okay, so don't worry about that nose. I am basically putting that, and it kind of goes, it's almost like a bull's horns upside down when you look at noses. Get rid of that. Okay, just because I'm looking at where the chin is. So then you've got this lovely part of the mouth. I never know what they call this part. And then your mouth should be then again from your nose to the middle of another eye down there, and that's bringing your mouth in but allowing for the chin. So you've got your lovely lips coming down here, and again from the middle of the eye is where the lips are finishing. Okay, let me slide over, and I'm just putting in, and then you can decide. So when I look at my portraits, I can do portraits if I'm really concentrating, but it's not my first love of drawing, because being a floral designer, and so I'm just going to bring this in here. So this is very, very quick. Okay, I don't know if you ever look at your eyebrows, but okay, and then I'm just going to elongate, and I'm making my chin a little bit kind of shorter. So I'm also going to bring in a little circle on the nose. Okay, so just giving it a little bit more. I know that's in the way, but by the time I do all the colours and everything like that, and what I'm going to do, mixed media, this will have come into play. So that's doing the face. I'm just going to stop the video for a minute and I'm going to come back. So in the end, I did go and grab a rubber just to get rid of, because it was taking up space. So now I've got a cheekbone coming in here. Okay, I'm not too worried about that at the moment. And now I'm just going to find that. Now your ears will come in halfway where your eye is and your nose. Now that I've made that nose slightly longer because I wanted more of a longer face. So generally when you do the ears, because the hair will end up taking up most, okay, I draw them in, and they're slightly rounded, and I just kind of bring them in, and almost like half of an hourglass is how I describe ears. But by the time you put hair in, you don't usually see them, so they're just there knowing where they actually are going. And let's do again. They come up kind of halfway and then like an hourglass, but I certainly don't let them. So now I'm going to put the hair in. On one of my other videos I put the hair all kind of mostly on one side, so today I'm going to just take the hair and I'm going to go from the kind of middle parting. You can have fringe, you can have whatever, you can bring it, I might do it so that the ear shows a little bit more, that the hair is coming down. Again, this is just going from here, so, and again, I don't let it sit on the head, I kind of let it just kind of flow down, okay. I'm on smooth paper today rather than quite a textured paper, so still on quite a good, this is almost like a really good, I'd say it's about 300 gram paper, and I'm bringing that here. Now from the ears comes your neck, so I'm just going to make that long. So I think I'm going for a very kind of long kind of Grecian look today, and again I'm not putting any clothes in or anything like that, this will come all into that, but I'm also going to do the hair, and I'm just bringing that. So again, as I say, this is not my usual medium theme I'm using. I do a lot of florals, textural stuff, but definitely just fancied doing something, taking me out of my comfort zone really, and I got carried away doing this because of doing something else. So I'm just letting the hair flow. So you'll see a little bit of the neck, but the hair is coming in front, and I'm certainly, I think that nose is going in the wrong proportion. I'm going to take that nose out, and I'm just going to slightly redraw that area, because I may have overestimated. See, even me, I make mistakes too, so that's not a mistake, it's just, so if my middle of my line is there, that means my nose, I'm taking it halfway, I've decided, from where my first drawing was and my second one. I bring it up a bit, so again, there's those, what I call in brackets, and then I'm going to make the nose, that lovely area, I don't know really what they call that area, just from the nose to the lip, but it's that lovely lines that you have in your, and then again I'm just going to take that, lips, okay, and there's again my lines are in there, okay, and so the lips get a little bit smaller, but not a lot smaller. I think that's probably a little bit better. So, okay, be a bit too full there. Okay, so I'm doing it so. She definitely looks different from the other one I did. So again, we're going to just come in and take that out. I don't really have to bother to do that, but I thought I would. What you really need to just think about is to just draw and try out different things. And I'm going to use those ear, because that ear is going to come. It's going to hold the hair back. So, and I've got the hair. So, just bringing in the lines. I'm not worried if, you know, there's some loose strands. This is somebody that's got very straight hair. Wait till I start doing something with curly hair. Okay, so we've got this woman, and again, line, you've got strands of hair coming through, just like so, and then you've got this neck. So what I am going to draw is her kind of structure of her kind of shoulders coming in, but I'm not really emphasizing them too much. Okay. Remember, I am not using anything in front of me. If you want to use reference, then I suggest you go from a picture, that you like. I'm doing this purely off the top of my head. And I know full well I haven't got everything completely right, but I'm not getting into too much of the detail that's coming through. So that is her neck part. This is hair strands coming through. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chubby and work a little bit thicker lines. And that may be on the hair. I'm bringing that through. And then just so that you see that area. And there. And this is just to give a little bit more depth to the design or the image. Okay, so that you see a bit more. And again, it's up to you how, you know, you want to make it that the hair is kind of really lush and there's little bits coming down. It's more like layered, and that's your choice to do that. And then we've got hair coming there. So this is just giving a little bit more of hair. And again, we'll do that. So we'll put that in. I'm big on drawing girls with earrings, unless I'm doing fashion drawing. So again, you've got this image. I'm going to do mixed media as I did with my other one. So again, it's just about, it doesn't have to be correct. Okay, so for anybody wanting to draw faces, I'm losing my voice, drawing faces, again, see, so all my lines start to kind of go. I've got eyebrows going in there. I'm not worried about the brown line. Again, don't put in a bridge on the nose unless you're doing something from the side. And again, we're going there, looking. So, okay. So I'm kind of going down the area where it almost reminds me of Greek. So we've got one ear coming out, but the other one, no, I'm doing that so that you always find that you've got one side that goes really well and the other side that doesn't. So I'm doing it kind of as I see it. So from there, I'm now going to take my white pastel, and I'm going to bring that over. And the reason I'm using this, because it just brings out certain lines, and it brings out definitely the lead a little bit more, but it also acts as a resist, although I have got a lot of paint going on this. And I like it because it's just kind of allowing for areas to come out, especially with this lead, with the using the chubby. By the way, you can get all this type of stuff from Sea White, but you also can get it from online retails, Amazon. Okay, oil pastels. Okay, so it just brings it out a little bit more so you can see it. I've got the lights on today because the weather outside is not so good. So that's probably also day. Where I'm just going to put a little bit here for the face, okay, which is actually probably going to make it too white because it's probably not going to take. Okay, and then we've got eyebrows. Do the eyebrows. So I'm not worried too much, and you'll always find one side, so I tend to work on the right side for the darkness, just give it a little bit more contrast. Okay, I'm just going to put a bit inside. Okay, again, features. Because I'll do a wash, and we're going to add some, what comes there. Okay, right, so now I'm going to use, I've got, so these pencils I picked up a long time ago, and this one's got red and yellow with it. This one's got a blue and yellow with it, and this has a blue and I think dark green with it. So I'm going to use those, but I've also got these really nice, they've got a range of colours in them. So you've got blues, yellows, reds. I think you've probably got a little bit of green in there. So they're all put together, and this is something I found at CY. I just like them, and I like the little packet it came in, and I'm going to use those. So I'll just show you. So now you can see there's colour. So they're like a colouring pencil, and I'm just going to literally bring in some colour. And I'm not worrying too much because I am going to probably cover over a lot of this. Okay, and again, I'm just bringing in features. So I'm going to slightly be quiet now, which is great. And you can just see the work come together as I go along. And I also have like these Conte crayons as well. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm just going to stop it for a bit, and then I'll come back when I got a little bit more. So now, as you can see, it's kind of coming together. So I've done a lot of colouring in. Now I'm taking the charcoal and I'm just going over, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to smudge this. So I'm just going over areas to show, and just smudging it in a little bit more, but just giving it a little bit more depth. Is this even working? Okay. as I say, it's mixed mediums, and definitely just kind of playing around. Let's try and find another little bit of charcoal that isn't not doing what it should be doing. Not smudging well. So I'm just going to take that out. Try another one. So, let's just put that in there. Okay. That's the one I had before. Okay. That's better. That's better. That's better. I find the neck, getting the neck and the darkness coming through. Those lips are something else to be desired. I think I might just bring those out a little bit more. Because I went quite dark. Oops, went quite dark. So just bringing them out a little bit more, make it a little bit softer on the mouth. So lips are quite interesting to do. It almost looks like she's got a moustache, isn't it? But by the time I put the colour on and the other again, smudging it in. So, looks like she hasn't washed in days. Anyway. Come back. So what I'm going to do, as this is taking me a little bit longer than expected, I'm going to do a second video that will be part 2 of what I do next, because I'm going to then cover it in acrylic paint and bring it back and redraw and redevelop into it. So at this moment in time I will stop the video and continue on second part rather than doing the whole thing all in one go. If you like what I do, subscribe, make some comments, and I am having some workshops come out in the new year, and if you want to participate, please let me know, but also just pick up any medium and start working and just give it a go, and you know, come out of your comfort zone. This is definitely out of my comfort zone, but I thought I would have a go at doing this. Take care, see you soon, bye for now.